Hello dear students, welcome back again to Chinmoy's YouTube channel. So today it is the fourth topic of the circulation lesson. So let us start with today's topic. So today we are going to discuss about the blood groups and blood transfusion. So this is a very important topic. So if you have gone through the previous episodes of circulatory system, you will be knowing that circulatory system as a whole is a very important part in your physiology part in your curriculum. So we have already discussed about the chambers of the heart. We have discussed about the circulation of blood, double circulation. We have already discussed about the heartbeat and cardiac cycle and the abnormalities of heart. So now we are here with the blood groups and blood transfusion. So without any further delay, let us start with today's episode. So what are the learning objectives of today's lesson? So at the end of this lesson, we will be knowing that how the blood transfusion is done. That is, what is blood transfusion and how the blood is transferred from one healthy individual to another healthy individual in case of sudden blood loss or any accidental case, or in case of requirement of blood during surgery. Now, we will be knowing about the ABO blood group system. We will be knowing about the Rhesus factor. So, these three are the main three learning objectives of today's lesson. So, if you need to know regarding this and many more upcoming topics as per your curriculum, so please, you need to subscribe to my channel. You need to share it with your friends so that they can also get to know my lessons, how I'm teaching as per the curriculum. So stay tuned, stay updated with all my lessons. So let us start with today's episode of blood groups and blood transfusion. Now first we are here with what is blood transfusion. So we should know what is this process of blood transfusion. So what is it? The process by which the blood is transferred from one person to another is called the blood transfusion. So when we are transferring blood from one human body to another, it is called blood transfusion. Now blood cannot be transfused without matching the blood type of the donor and the recipient. So if you have not yet matched the blood type of the donor and the recipient, you can't randomly transfuse the blood from one body to another, because that will cause clotting or blood clotting in the recipient one, and it may lead to death also. So that thing only we are going to learn today. So how we can study the blood compatibility and how the blood transfusion is done. So depending on the presence of proteins called the antigens and antibodies, the human blood is classified into 4 groups, and there are Rhesus positive and Rh positive and Rh negative factor. So what are these two? We will learn that also, and what are the 4 groups of blood, that also we are going to learn. So Rh positive and Rh negative are the Rhesus factors, that is positive and negative factors, and there are 4 blood groups. So let us see what are the blood groups. Now here we are with the ABO blood group system. So the antigens, where are the antigens present? So antigens are the proteins which are present on the surface of RBC, while antibodies are present in the plasma of the blood. Now antigens on the surface of the RBC, I'll be showing you the diagram in the next slide. So antigens are proteins which are present on the surface of RBC, whereas the antibodies are present in plasma. And there are 2 types of antigen, A and B, and 2 types of antibodies, A and B. So based on the presence or the absence of these specific antigens, they are classified into A, B and O. So what are the blood groups? A, B, and O. These are the 4 blood groups. So they are being divided on the basis of the presence of the specific antigen. So the antibodies are not playing any role in this blood group division. So only there is a role of antigen. So whatever antigen is present in the blood, so that is named on that antigen only. So if antigen A is present in RBC, it is blood group A. If antigen B is present, it is blood group B. If antigen AB is present, it is antigen A and B group are present, it is blood group AB. And if antigen no antigen are present on the surface of the RBC, it is blood group O. Is it clear? So whatever antigen is present, opposite antibody should be present. So let us move on to that chart where we will discuss about the antigen and antibody and to whom it can be donated. Now let us see this chart and let us discuss about how these blood groups are divided and to whom they can give the blood to. So first we will discuss about what are the blood groups and what are the antigen and antibodies present in it. So the first one is the blood group A. Okay, so red blood cell type is A. So the antigens are present on the surface. So these antigens are all antigens are, what are the antigens? Antigens are A. So what is the antibody? Antibody is always B. So antigens are A and antibody is B. Now this is blood group B. The antigens are B and the antibody is A. This is blood group AB. So they are having both A and B antigens on the surface. You can see they have labeled the antigen A in this form and antigen B in this form. So in AB all the antigens are present alternatively. So it is AB blood group system where no antibodies are present. So no antibodies are present and antigens A and B are present. Whereas in blood group O no antigens are present on the surface, whereas antibody A and B are present and antigens are none. So this is all regarding the blood group. So whatever blood cell type is, that antigen is present in that RBC surface, and antibodies are just opposite. If AB antigens are present, no antibodies are present. If no antigens are present on the surface of RBC, as in blood group O, antibodies present are A and B. If antigen present is B, then antibody present is A. If antigen present is A, antibody present is B. So is it clear to everyone? Now we will see that to whom these blood groups are compatible. That is, they can donate blood to whom and receive blood from whom. Now we are here with the rhesus factor. So what is rhesus factor? Now there is another antigen called Rh factor which is present on the surface of RBCs. So this is the rhesus factor which is found on the surface of RBCs only, and it was first discovered in rhesus monkeys. And about 85% of the people they are having rhesus factor, they are said to be rhesus positive. So if 85% are having rhesus factor, they are said to be having rhesus positive, and if 15% they don't have, they are called rhesus negative. So 15% they are not having any rhesus factor, so they are called negative, and if they are having rhesus factor, they are having positive. So that's why we are telling O positive, A positive, AV positive and B positive and all. So these are all we are here with. So what are the rhesus factors? And it was first discovered in rhesus monkeys, they are called rhesus factor. So here let us see what is rhesus factor. So rhesus factor, it's a Mendelian trait and it is indicated by negative or positive after the blood type. So like AB positive or negative, A positive or negative, B positive or negative, O positive or negative. So these are another type of antigens which are present on the surface of RBC. So it is Rh positive, it is present, and if it is not present, it is Rh negative. Now Rh factor is a type of protein on the outside of your red blood cells. Okay, so it is a factor, it is present in the proteins on the outer surface of your red blood cells. Now this are same diagram only. This is Rh positive and this is Rh negative where no rhesus factor is present. So this is the diagram. I made it clear with the help of a diagram so that you should be clear with all the antigens, that is A, B, AB and whatever is there in antigen antibody chart in the blood group system, and then this rhesus factor. So both are different. Those are only presence of antigen, and this is also another antigen called the rhesus factor. Now here when the Rh positive blood is transfused into an Rh negative person, what happens? The recipient forms antibodies against the Rh positive factor. So whenever any foreign antigen is entering our body, there is a chance of producing antibody against the Rh positive factor. So they start creating antibodies and they start trying to kill this antigen. Okay. However, no complication occurs after the first transfusion of Rh antibody, as Rh antibodies are very short-lived. So they produce Rh antibodies. Our bodies produce Rh antibodies, and after a few after a very short duration of time only, this Rh antibodies they are destroyed. So they are very short-lived. So in case of second transfusion, what happens? Rh positive blood, after a short period of time, the recipient antibodies will start attacking the transfused blood and they start creating problems or causing problems. Now before blood transfusion, the blood groups of the donors and the recipients should be checked properly and have to be matched to prevent the clumping of RBC. So before transfusing blood from an healthy individual to the patient's body, the blood groups, the donors and the recipients should be checked, and the RH factors should be matched to prevent the clumping. So this is very important. In case you are not checking the RH factor, in case you are not checking the blood groups, what will happen? There will be clotting, there will be problem, and the person may also die off. Now this rhesus factor, another important thing is that the rhesus person, a rhesus negative person can donate blood to rhesus positive person, that is to a rhesus positive person of compatible blood group only, but not receive blood from the Rh positive person. Now if a person is O negative, it can donate blood to O positive person, but it cannot receive blood from the Rh positive person, because that antibody will try to destroy or kill that antigen. So let us see the compatible chart now. Now here we are with the blood type compatibility chart. That is how these chart will tell us that during transfusion which blood group is compatible for receiving and which is compatible for giving. So let us start with the blood group A positive. So A positive can give blood to A positive and AB positive and receive blood from A positive, A negative, O positive and O negative. Now O positive can give blood to O positive, A positive, B positive and AB positive. So it all depends on the presence of antigen on its surface and antibody present in the plasma. Now it receives blood from O positive and O negative. Now next comes the B positive and AB positive. The B blood group positive can give blood to B positive and AB positive, and it can receive blood from B positive, B negative, O positive and O negative. Now AB positive can give blood to AB positive, and it can receive blood from everyone. That is, it is a universal recipient. So we are telling that it is a universal recipient. Okay. Next, A negative can give blood to A positive, A negative, AB positive and AB negative, and receive blood from A negative and O negative. O negative can give blood to everyone. So it is a universal donor. So O negative is a universal donor, as it is not having any antigen on its surface. It will not react to any antibody. So no antibodies are produced, and it can give blood to each and every blood group system, and it can receive blood only from O negative. Now B negative can give blood to B positive, B negative, AB positive and AB negative, and it can receive blood from B negative and O negative. And AB negative can give blood to AB positive and AB negative, and can receive blood from AB negative, A negative, B negative and O negative. So this is all about the compatibility table. So this is all we have discussed in today's episode of ABO blood group system. We have discussed about the RH factor. We have discussed about what is blood transfusion. That is during case of emergency, accidents or any disease where the blood is not sufficient for the human being, we need to transfuse blood. So that transfusion should be done after checking the blood group as well as the RH factor of the patient. So this is all in this topic we have discussed. So this is a very important topic. Go through it and please learn these things which I have taught you new today. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because more are coming as per your curriculum. Stay tuned, stay updated with all my lessons. Thank you.